Hi there, and welcome to the Lightyear Launchpad. This is the space where we speak to our partners about all things fintech, automation, current trends, business success, and anything else that our partners feel is relevant to our audience. Today, we have with us Brian. Brian is the director and consultant at Treo. Brian, welcome. How are you?
Thanks, Kenny. Very good.
Good stuff.
Thanks
good to have you here. So, Brian, listen, we like to keep this short and concise. I'm going to jump straight in. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and about Treo and what Treo does.
Well, my name is Brian Twomey, my business partner for Galloway. For the past number of years, we've been doing pricing projects within the hospitality industry in the Republic, predominantly in Leinster and Munster. During COVID last year, we decided that we would do a web-based model, cost-effective for hospitality businesses. So what we're providing is we're doing the research for our clients, and we provide this through a newsletter through our website monthly. The newsletter is called Purchasing Matters, and then that's basically what it's doing is that we'll give market averages on a host of products every month, so businesses within hospitality can do a quick check and take whether they're buying correctly, or that certain category or that certain list of products needs a bit of work. And it just takes hours of research out of it from going from supplier to supplier. We'll just provide it nice and concise, easily read, and then they can have informed decisions with their suppliers.
Perfect. And
so that's basically who we are.
What type of clients, do you deal with?
This will range from anything from a hotel to a production kitchen, to their local cafe, your gastropub, anyone that's basically cooking food.
Okay.
And we'll do sections throughout the year on different. We might focus on bakery products one month. There'll always be fruit and veg every month. There'll be fish, the changeables, and then every month we'll pick a category within ambient, frozen, dairy, hygiene, and we'll provide us all this information through our website.
Perfect. So ultimately, you're bringing together a wide expanse of data. You're bringing together a wide expanse of expertise in your part, and you're automating the buying and the purchasing process essentially for
100%. Yeah. Look, I think everyone will be busy this year, and I think people just want, that's what we're providing. We're providing key data through a website portal, nice and quick and easy. And I think that's just the way the hospitality business is going. It's going very digital these days.
Brilliant. So it's great to understand the business, Brian. Some things in there I wasn't aware of, which is great to know. In terms of Lightyear and working with Treo, I'd love to understand, because you reached out to us and we've developed our partnership quite well, and we see so much value in working with you, Brian. I'd love to understand a little bit more from your end, why you decided to partner with Lightyear.
Yeah, super. Last year, when I worked closely with quite a few businesses, and we would do pricing projects with them on an ongoing basis. But it was just to bring a bit more structure to it and a bit more control for the businesses. So last year, I started off on a project of researching the market to find a software package that would, once we have the pricing project done, it would give us, the business, that bit of security, knowing that we were getting what we had agreed. So then I came across Lightyear, a couple of conversations with yourself, the price checker, 100% A1. It was exactly what we were looking for. We can get our invoices into the portal, which makes the back offices paperless. Within 20 seconds, a price check is done on what has actually arrived. So we can check in straight away that, what we've contracted has arrived and our margins are where they should be.
Yeah.
If we have an issue, it's picked up there and then. We're not picking it up after the event.
Yeah.
We're not running margin reports at the end of the month and finding out that 20% of our spend actually came through and it wasn't contracted. So it's given us great control. It's secure margins, and it's making the businesses profitable that we're after introducing into.
Fantastic. And
so
you know, like I say, it's been great to get an insight from your perspective in terms of what the challenges are and what your clients are facing. And it's really interesting as well for us to find that the price checking feature isn't just being able to be used for, you know, the end user. We're finding consultants like yourself are actually able to use the price checker to keep on track of the buying behaviors and also the contracted buying that's happening here.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And it's so important that people have this facility where they're actually checking what's coming in. You could spend weeks, days actually doing this project to find out at the end of the month that 20% of your spend has actually been spent on uncontracted products. A margin slipped. And then the horse is bolted at this stage. So that price checker point is it's a super feature within a bigger package.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for us, it's a powerful combination with Lightyear. You know, Lightyear obviously provides a variety of, you know, features, just automatic statement reconciliation, automation of accounts payable and purchase order processes.
Yeah.
But when we plug someone like you into Lightyear, we find that all of a sudden we've got this powerful tool that businesses can benefit from on our side, but also on your side. So yeah, we found it very beneficial as well. So thanks for being a value partner.
Super. As I said, it's one part of a big package, and the accounts payable and all that. It has just really saved money in the back office. That business normally don't see slipping away because it's actually done in labor terms. Where from what we see is just cutting hours massively, which is freeing a person then to be active somewhere else in the business. So for a business owner that's looking for something that's going to benefit them, it's a super package.
Yeah. But I mean, we've had some clients that are still getting the big post office Royal Mail bags up in the UK here. They still get the big bags, and the accountants sifting through all of these bits of paper. So yeah, listen, it's great to see, you know.
And even the statement checker, when it balances the statements, all the invoices in the month, it's done in seconds. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So again, from a Lightyear perspective, we appreciate your partnership. You're a valued partner with us, so thanks for that, Brian. Just moving on, I'd love to understand, you know, you're in the hospitality sector. We have a lot of hospitality clients as well. I would love to understand what you're seeing as the trends in hospitality. So could you give us 2 current trends that you're finding at the minute?
I suppose the 2 trends that are happening currently would be the pricing / supply and staffing issues.
Right, okay. Elaborate, tell us a little bit more about both of those.
I suppose looking at, as in the Republic, as we open up, surprisingly last weekend, very suddenly, there's a lot of supply issues. Prices are being affected across the board, be it in your proteins, to your dairy, to your ambient, all down to the cost of diesel, the cost of packaging, not being able to get factories abroad trying to catch up after COVID. So it is a big issue currently. There's a lot. We just take dairy, for instance. We're looking at butter, pounds down here going 27%, grated cheddar going 25%, milk 8%. You could flip that over to the protein. We had steaks jump 50% 2 weeks before Christmas week. So it's vital that people actually spend time doing their purchasing correctly to open up. Then the supply issues seem to be working themselves out slowly, but there's still an issue there. So I would encourage everyone to engage with their suppliers and make sure that what needs to be coming through is coming through. Very easy. Flick back onto the Treo website and do your price checks and your price comparisons there. And it should put you in a good space. Staffing issues, again, slightly easing as people come off the PUP payment in the Republic. But as I spoke to a couple of guys on Monday morning when they reopened, a lot of their staff work past 8 o'clock for the first time ever in hospitality. It's a whole new workforce. So a lot of people exited and they might have went to different industries through COVID just to keep working and so on. So a lot of them had people who were actually working at half say for the first time in a bar.
Yeah.
They had a lot of people, it was actually their first time ever doing a counter service instead of dropping. So there's a lot of training, and kitchen costs and floor costs, they have risen also.
Yeah.
We're looking at trends currently based on turnover between 30%. And I actually, sadly enough, I had to say, I had a client last week that 85% of their turnover was going on staff costs.
That's crazy.
Sales were down. Sales were down due to the APM closing.
Yeah.
But 85% of that premises turnover was going on staff wages.
And,
so it's a big.
And what do you think is obviously the pricing is a problem, supply chain is a problem, and the staffing is a problem. What do you think it's going to change? What do you think needs to be done?
I think as we go out throughout the year, people will re-enter. People who have left the industry will re-enter. Staffing pressures will ease. Supply issues will ease. Normally, when I would do a pricing project, we would do one big project in the 12 months.
Yeah.
So pre-COVID, you were able to fix your ambient, you were able to fix your frozen. You're there for long periods of the year, sometimes up to 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
You get your weekly fish file, you get your monthly veg file, and that was it. And then if anything happened in the industry, you were kind of playing with one or two products throughout the year. I would recommend for people this year to do minimum 2, possibly 3 pricing projects. Because if you do it now and you fix your prices come summer trade and the supply improves, you could actually end up paying too much for your supplies in the summer, which is going to affect your margin. So people are going to have to follow the markets down as well as what they're going up at the moment. So this will be a challenge. People can reach out. We can give them advice on how to structure these pricing projects and make sure that they're achieving what needs to be achieved for them to remain profitable.
Brilliant. Well, listen, appreciate that insight, Brian. Somebody who's on the front line, speaking with business owners in the trade. It's really, really insightful for us as well as a business to understand where that is. Mm-hmm. Moving on, and we're going to go slightly off topic here. We like to understand what makes people tick here at Lightyear. We like to understand what makes people successful. So I'd love to get into your skin a little bit here, Brian. If you could recommend one thing for someone to do in their life that is a must, what would it be?
I suppose, look, it's the way I would go through it, and that's with eyes wide open.
Yeah.
And just, as I said at the start of the talk, that the industry is changing. It's become more automated, it's become more digital, and people just need to have their eyes open, watch the trends in the markets, and just be willing to change as the needs arise. Yeah. So I try and go through with my eyes open and take all sides and break them down and say, yeah, well, that's where it's going, and that's where we need to go.
Yeah. So, I think that's a really good. It's a really nice saying, and for me, it comes down to growth mindset and fixed mindset. If I want to get scientific, the growth mindset is someone who just thinks with an open mind, accepts the constructive criticism, but also adopts new technology, adopts new ways of working because it makes them better. Then we've got the fixed mindset. This is the way we've always done it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Those are the things that you'll hear.
There's a motivation speaker. He's based in the States, Simon Zienik. I don't know, have you ever come across him?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I listened to one of his talks last year, and he spoke about a finite mindset and an infinite mindset. A finite is something that has a fixed time and there's a cut-off and there's rules. An infinite is there's no rules, there's no time set. And that's what the hospitality industry is. It's infinite. It's just going to go on and on. There's no rules. Nobody is ever going to win it.
Yeah.
And that comes into the purchasing as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have an infinite mindset.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to finish. You're going to have to. Prices are rising at the moment. You have to get the best. But then around May or June, you're going to have to go again because it's going to go down the hill, and you're going to have to follow it down. And I thought it was a brilliant talk that Simon gave that time, and I said, yes, that really is the hospitality. It's a never-flowing river.
We'll maybe give Simon Sinek a bit of a tag on the socials here, see what happens if he reaches out to you. So moving on, if you could describe who your business idol was or is, who would it be and why?
I suppose with business idols, it's very easy to look at the big guys in the industry, even in Ireland, the Michael O'Leary's and all these guys have been super successful. I suppose the guys that I look to and I would take advice, and I try and take a bit of advice off them every day, is the guys that I engage with, the guys that started with one pub or one restaurant and have built their business. I was with a guy yesterday and he started off with one bar, 5 employees. He's now up to 18 bars and 700 employees. And it's not easy because he's on the street. He doesn't have a global market. He's building it from the ground up. And these guys have so much experience and information to share. They're the guys that I would look up to and take information from. Because they're the heroes in my eyes. Like, they're the guys that are employing the local person.
So I think the next question would lead nicely on to this, but a little side, just before I answer that question, those particular people that you're dealing with as individuals, is there anything key that you see in those guys that you see in all of them that makes them successful?
Again, they're going through life and they're going through their business with their eyes open.
Yeah,
they're not afraid of change. They're willing to try new things. Like, who thought that these guys 10 years ago would be serving so much cocktails? It sounds simple, but these guys are willing to embrace, and they're hiring qualified chefs and they're listening to them, and they're willing to go with it, and they're going with the times.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them, even at the moment, are saying, yeah, we can all go back indoors and we can stand at the bar counter. But quite a few of them are actually building permanent outside structures as we speak, because they think that's the way forward. That people are gotten used to sitting underneath big parasols or stretch tents, and these guys are willing to invest, and I think it'll pay off for them in the end. So yeah, they all kind of the same mindset.
Yeah.
They all want to evolve.
Yeah. So from a personal perspective, then, what would you attribute to business success?
What would I attribute to my business success or to theirs?
To your business success and overall business success.
Again, just moving with the times. I think a rolling stone never gathers any moss. Yeah. So, like, you just kind of have to be watching the trends, be that on the price trend or where the market is going. Have you gone far enough with your vegan option at the moment? And it's just, you have to be on the move all the time. Yeah. Gluten-free came in, and then it became vegan, and you kind of just have to go with these trends. So your success is having your eye on the market and seeing where it's going, and be willing to change, be honest and trustworthy, and just keep going. Don't ever stand still. And that's the honest and trustworthy is two key values. Again, myself as a person, being honest and trustworthy with every person that I deal with, whether it may offend them or not, it's the right thing to do, because they'll always trust you and respect you in the end. Absolutely, yeah. And that's the way Lightyear operates as a business. Be trustworthy and be honest with the people that we're working with, especially our partners. But, in terms of being honest and trustworthy, could you just sort of dive into that a little bit more? I'd love to understand what you mean by being honest and trustworthy. I suppose, look, when I started out in business myself after 13 years of selling food, I thought there was an opportunity within the market for the consultant to come in and actually work solely for the business owner. So I would stand at the same time. So I approached two guys in Cork back 4.5 years ago. I said, lads, this is what I'm going to do for you, and this is how we're going to do it. and this is the offering. And there were probably two of the better known businessmen in Cork in the hospitality industry. And one of them said, yeah, we'll give you a go and we'll see how you get on. And I was just always open and upfront with them and said, like, this is where it's going. This is your options. Make your choice and we'll drive on. And since then, I haven't knocked at the door since, because the trust that they got through what I achieved for them, it became word of mouth, and they recommended me. And I've had a lot of business in Dublin from a couple of them in different businesses in Dublin. And it was kind of just putting the facts right in front of them and saying, that's where you're at, lads. And this is what we can achieve here. Press the button and we'll tidy it up and we'll make it all good for you again. So, and these guys have just, I've been lucky, they've just stayed with me and they've recommended me. And yeah, so that's where the trust comes into it.
Yeah, perfect.
And the honest part. So I just tell them as it is.
Perfect. And again, that's, like I said, it's a big part of what we do as an ethos here as a business, but also partnerships with yourself, Brian, and people like yourself, the trust and the honesty element. I'm happy you brought those attributes up, because that's very important for us. You and I can testify, you've been completely honest and trustworthy, and your business is such a great business in terms of what you're doing for the trade, especially at the minute with COVID. So listen, Brian, I think we're going to wrap up there. Really, really appreciate your time. How can people contact you if they're interested in speaking with you, Brian?
Anybody, they can visit our website, www.treo.ie, Treo.ie. It's a bit of Irish.
The Cork accent there would have threw people off.
Yeah, a bit of Irish. Treo is Irish for direction. So
there we go. We didn't know that. Me being a northerner.
It says so www.treo.ie. It's all there, all our contact details and everything.
Perfect, Brian. Listen, thank you.